Welcome back, boys and girls, to our second writing video. We spent some time in the first video working on some complete sentences. So complete sentences meant it had everything it needed to be a good sentence. Today we're going to talk about fragments, and fragments mean maybe it's just not such a good sentence, okay? And I'm hoping you'll see the difference between the sentences that we're looking at today compared to the actual real sentences that were nice and complete and had everything in the first video, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look and see what fragments is going to bring us. So here we are on fragments, okay? And it's a group of words that's either missing something. So it's missing a subject or a predicate, okay? It is incomplete if it's missing either of those, okay? So shopping for a car. This is an example of something that's missing a subject. We don't know who or what is shopping for a car. We just know something is shopping for a car. So to correct this, we could say, and we could have put anything in here, but they added, my dad was shopping for a car. So now it has that subject. We know who is shopping and looking for a car, okay? Another one down here is an example of something that's missing a predicate. A lawn service. Okay, a lawn service. We know that this is something that goes around and, maybe cuts people's grass for them and does things like that, but we don't know what this lawn service is actually doing. So now a complete sentence, here's our predicate, or here's our subject, that lawn service, and they've added came to trim our bushes. So now we know what this lawn service is doing. They came to trim the bushes. So now it's a complete sentence. We've added to it, okay? So this side here is missing. This side here, they've completed it. They've added that missing piece. So remember that peanut butter and jelly from the first video. We want those two things together to make it complete, okay? So here we go. We have our note sheet, which is what you are going to fill in, okay? So this should now be in front of you. And let's take a look at just review what fragments are. So here we are right here, okay? A fragment is a group of words that's missing a subject or a predicate. That makes it an incomplete sentence. And it shouldn't sound right to you, okay? So on your notes, I've already printed out the missing subject and predicate examples for you. So those should already be on your note sheet. Your job is going to be to write in these complete sentences that fix these incomplete sentences. All right, so for example, was wagging his tail is this first one. Well, what was wagging his tail? So to make this complete, we could write the sentence, the dog was wagging his tail, okay? So what your task is, once you pause the video in a second, is going to be to fill in all of these complete sentences, okay? Once you have completed them, you're going to put them into the three prongs because you'll have the three holes. You'll notice, again, on the side of your paper, you're going to put this in after the complete sentences notes from the other day, okay? So when I say pause, you're going to pause the video. You're going to, 1, do the notes. And then once you have those 6 sentences written in, you're going to add to the prongs, okay? And then once you, and if you're watching this video with a partner, are done, both done, you can then continue with the video for the next task. So now you may pause the video and complete those 2 things. All right, so if you are back listening to this, your 6 sentences are written in and your fragments notes have been added to the 3 prongs in your writing folder, okay? So now we have this practice sheet, okay? You are going to be able to work with a partner on this, okay? You don't need to worry about handing this in either. This is going to be just some practice to get you to see the difference, hopefully, between those complete sentences and those fragments, okay? And I encourage you to read these out loud, and if you are working with a partner, read them together so that you can hear the difference. Sometimes just looking at it with our eyes doesn't help it jump out at us. So maybe reading it out loud and hearing it will help you hear something, whether it's complete or not complete, okay? So let's look at the first two together so that you and your partner know what you are doing, okay? So you're going to read each of the groups of words, and then you're going to circle, whether it's a sentence or a fragment. So ride the bicycle. Well, when I read that, it doesn't sound right. I don't know who rides the bicycle. So I'm going to say that that's a fragment. So simply, I just circle fragment, okay? Don't worry about this, and I know some of you are probably already noticing it as you look down. Do not worry about the fact that none of these have sentences or capitals and no periods at the end of the sentences, okay? We're not worried about the punctuation or anything like that. Right now, I want you to look at just the words of these sentences, okay? So let's look at number 2. We took our dog for a walk. Well, I see the word we, so that must be the subject, and we took. We took our dog for a walk. So I see that it has the subject and the predicate, so that makes it a complete sentence, okay? So you and your partner, or on your own, it's up to you, are going to continue all the way down to number 20, okay? When I say pause the video, that is what you're going to work on. This can go in your writing folder when you are done. And once you've completed it and put it in your writing folder, you are going to come back to the video for the next set of directions for the next task, okay? So now you may pause the video and begin. All right, so now if you're back in the video, you've completed the sheet, it's in your writing folder, and you're ready for the next set of directions. So just like complete sentences where we had task cards, you now get to get up and move, and there's some task cards for our fragments, okay? And these are going to be up around the room just like the other ones were, and you're going to take the same things with you. You are going to make sure that you take your recording sheets. You're going to make sure that you take your clipboard and a pencil. This recording sheet should go on your clipboard, okay? And same thing, make sure whatever number card you're working on, you're writing the answer for that next to the correct number. So if I'm starting at number 6, I'm going to make sure that my answer is going to go next to number 6, okay? I'm asking that these ones be independent, okay? I would like this to be handed in, so make sure that you are working on this on your own. And I'm okay if you need something read for you, so if you don't understand a sentence or if you can't read a word, please feel free to ask a friend. That's not what I'm saying. I would like the answers that you write down to be on your own, okay? So if you need help with the reading portion or anything like that, that's totally fine. That's not what I mean, okay? What you're going to do on these is simply you're going to read the sentence and then decide if it's a sentence or a fragment. So all you're going to write on your recording sheet is either sentence or fragment. So instead of circling like you did on the practice sheet, you're just going to write it out, okay? When you are done with this, you're going to hand it in the writing bin. Make sure your name is on it. If you finish and there's extra time, you may read quietly. If you are not finished by the time we rotate, this can stay in your writing folder until tomorrow or the next day that we have a chance to work on this, or if you have any extra downtime in the classroom, okay? So when I say go, you may get up and begin. You do not need to come back to the video as this is the last task for fragments. All right, you may begin, boys and girls. Thank you.